and welcome to NeuroChatIn. I'm Sharon Jackson, founder of NeuroDropIn, and we're going to tell you a bit about NeuroChatIn first. And basically it's a podcast that came about as a result of a chat cafe that I ran during lockdown. And amazingly to me at the time, people who'd never heard of NeuroDropIn joined in, and it was great. And I always had this idea that we could do it, and thankfully with the help of lovely ladies like...
I am Leighanne Higgins, and I'm a senior lecturer in marketing at Lancaster University Management School.
Hello, my name is Ayesha and I'm a PhD researcher at Lancaster University Management School.
And together we're going to be the basis of NeuroChatIn, and we will have other people visiting us from time to time, and other guests, and I'm sure you're going to find that really interesting. So you kind of know briefly who we are, but I think it'll be good to know just a little bit deeper what we're all about. I'm uneducated in terms of living life with a neurological condition until I was diagnosed, and it's 25 years ago. I can't believe that actually happened. And because I felt that there was a need for something, I founded NeuroDropIn to support people like myself and who were affected by neurological conditions. As a result of where we are right now, we've drawn attention from Lancaster University, which is fantastic, and we've got Ayesha working with us as part of her PhD research. I mean, can you tell us a bit about that, Ayesha?
Yeah, so my research is about how people with neurological conditions fulfill different roles in life, how they navigate life and how they come across challenges, what their coping mechanisms are, what their experiences are. And I was drawn to this research based on my lived experience. Both my parents have neurological conditions, and I've been a full-time carer for both of them. And with this research, the aim is to help as many people as I possibly can, and let's see where it gets me.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful research, and it is already making a huge impact. Like, as Sharon has said countless times, the people at NeuroDropIn love having you visit and chatting with them and bringing your light to the centre, which is lovely. So a little bit about who I am. I'm Leighanne Higgins. I'm Ayesha's PhD supervisor, and I have been, for about the last 10 years, I've been researching access barriers for people with disabilities to marketplace and commercial settings like shops, cafes, restaurants, going on planes, transportation, different things like that. What are the access barriers that stop people being able to actually go and enjoy the commercial spaces that we have in our cities and in our world? And I think it was just serendipity that I got introduced one day to Sharon at NeuroDropIn. And before I knew it, I was on the board of trustees and just working with this amazing charity and working with Sharon and the team at NeuroDropIn. And then at the first chance that I could get, as soon as I met Ayesha and the plans that she had for her PhD, it's like, we have to all work together. And so that's how we've came together and become the team that we are today, chatting to you via our podcast.
It's exciting as well. I think it's kind of really... It's powerful stuff, because what we're delivering as we go through the podcast is really based on what other people are telling us, for our members. And I'm sure, over time they're going to come, join us on the podcast and tell us themselves what they want us to know, how they want us to get involved with things. So we've done a little bit about what NeuroDropIn is all about, but basically it is a registered charity, and I am the founder of the charity. I'm also a volunteer. We rely heavily on volunteers to support what we do. I'm just going to say, we got the King's Award last year. Which is quite amazing, and it was a big surprise to get the King's Award. And we've got this quite amazing statuette which we have to keep out of sight because it weighs so heavy. If it falls on someone's foot, that's gonna we haven't got anywhere to put it just at the moment. But that was exciting, and it was really good for all of us involved in that process.
To see that the work that you do is respected and valued at that level is really nice.
It was nice, and it was important because I think, I don't know, it just made us think, well, actually there are people watching what you do, and no, you don't do it because you want people's praise or you don't want accolades, but you do, it's nice just to be doing something that you can see other people think is the right thing that you're doing, and it's nice to be appreciated for that. And not only that, you know, as I'm a member of the charity, and our members widely are really proud of that award. So we've just moved to a new home, which is exciting.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
It gives us an opportunity to broaden what we do and do lots of things. And so we'll be telling you all about that, I'm pretty sure, as we go through the podcast series. There will be a lot of chat about NeuroDropIn as well as NeuroChatIn. And NeuroChatIn is just such an open and friendly invite, I think, for other people. And I hope that people, you know, listening to us will, if you can't come to the centre because you don't live in our catchment area in the Bay Area, then you can listen in and you can join in, and there'll be opportunities, you know, as we proceed. So
yeah, I suppose just a little bit as well about what to expect in the forthcoming episodes would be good. So we're trying to talk about some of the realities of neurological conditions, so feeding into the lived experience of Sharon and Ayesha and myself from the research that we've been doing, but talking about things like the diagnosis, what do you do when you get that initial diagnosis, and hopefully helping to support people that are maybe new to neurological conditions through some of the peaks and troughs that will inevitably fall your way. But I think we also were quite adamant that we wanted this to be a podcast that's filled with light and positivity, and so we've interspersed it with lots of sort of creative and fun topics as well. So very much looking forward to episode 3, where we say let's not talk about the weather. So we're not allowed to talk about the weather, whether it's good, bad or indifferent, but also just that's a metaphor really for not dwelling on necessarily the diagnosis or all of the stuff that comes along with diagnosis of a neurological condition, but just focusing on all the other lovely life things that still happen and still go on, like what happened in The Traitors, or what happened in I'm a Celeb, or just all the things that are nice, you know. And so yeah,
it's real things. And I think, you know, that's a classic, the let's not talk about the weather thing, because that came directly from a conversation with members after I'd listened to something on the radio on the way into the centre, and it was saying that how much time in our country we spend talking about
the weather.
And it said, you know, try and talk about something else. So and it was a particularly horrible day. It was really wet, and I got into the centre and did my usual, you know, talking, how was everybody, morning, and then everybody was talking about the weather, so I just said, what's your favourite song? And then it got us all talking about something different. So we're not going to do Let's Not Talk About the Weather podcast now. We're just going to leave that to tempt you to get back and listen to us again. So,
but that hopefully gives you a flavour of what to expect in the forthcoming episodes. So yeah,
can't wait. Yeah. So you've been listening to NeuroChatIn, and we look forward to you joining us again. Bye-bye for now.